Hi, welcome to Promo Insiders, an ASI Media podcast covering the topics that matter most in the promotional products industry. I'm Executive Editor Sarah Lavandusky, and today I'm joined by Kate Foley, our 2022 Supplier Customer Service Representative of the Year. Kate is a Customer Account Manager at Top 40 Supplier S&S Activewear, and we are so excited to extend this award to her. It is very much deserved. So thank you, Kate, for joining us, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good to be here.
Of course. And so I wanted to start at the beginning with you. And you have a unique background. You have extensive experience in customer service at retail specifically. Can you tell us about your time in retail, the years you spent there, and how you found S&S?
Yeah, I've been in retail since I was 16, started at Walgreens, and then just kind of bounced around from retailer to retailer. And then I had an extensive stay at Kohl's where I was there for 15 years. I left there as an area supervisor, which is a manager basically. And I found S&S. One of my Kohl's coworkers worked at S&S and told me that I would be a great fit there and let me know when the position was open. And I applied and received the job on August of 2020.
Nice. Yeah. So you got your job during COVID. So
Yes.
when people say, oh, before COVID, after COVID, that wasn't really part of your experience in promo, at least.
No, I didn't have the before or after. It was smack dab right in the middle where you had all the supply chain issues, stock issues. I don't even know what it's like to have like the full stock of everything and not trying to find substitutions for sizes.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, using your time in retail and then going into promo, what is kind of like your customer service philosophy? Like, what's most important to you when you're caring for accounts on a day-to-day basis?
I treat my accounts the way I would want to be treated. Treat your customer the way you want to be treated. So I'm there for them whenever they need me. I pick up the phone right away. I am very, personable. I treat them like family. I'm not afraid to pick up the phone, to call them, to have that one-on-one with them and really treat them like they are basically I treat them like they're the only customers I have, even though I have a lot of accounts on top of it. They each are individually and get the same amount of time, and I treat them all as if they're part of like the S&S family basically. So
Right. So
yeah.
you care for accounts for Meg Erber and Holly Bray specifically. And I know that you've been responsible for double and sometimes even triple percentage increase in spend at S&S, which is very impressive. So what is your preferred method of communication, especially when you need a solution fast? As you know, these orders are so many moving parts, so much going on, especially like you were saying with the
Yeah.
stock issues, supply chain. How do you get in touch with a customer quickly when something needs to be figured out ASAP?
I am a phone person. I am like, if I need an answer right away, I pick up the phone and I call because that way I know whether it's a stock issue or if it's just, it won't meet their enhanced date or if there's a problem that needs to be solved. If I go back and forth with emails, usually it'll take quite a few emails to get it resolved. But if I call them, I can usually have it resolved within 2 to 5 minutes, and then we're moving on and they're getting everything that they need in the time that they need. So
Mhm.
I'm a big phone advocate. I mean, I do a lot of emails throughout the day, but I am not afraid to pick up the phone if I need something ASAP from my customer.
Yeah, and I think, it's interesting with your experience in retail, like the customer was like in front of you. Wasn't like
Yes.
even a
Yes.
phone, right?
Yeah, it wasn't even a phone. So that's weird to me, not being able to
Yeah.
like be like face to face in front of them, because
Yeah.
then, they see your face, like, over the phone, they can hear like if there's a situation stuff, they can hear the empathy in your voice. And they know when you're doing just an email, it's just like a flat tone kind of. So it's like this way they know that you're truly, you're there for them and that, even if it's a situation where something goes wrong, that they can hear that in your voice and they can hear your empathy and they know that you're there for them to make things right.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
it's so easy when things are going awry. Wherever wherever it's originating from, the issue, it's so easy and tempting to hide behind the screen when things are getting tough, but that can
yes,
lead to
yeah,
other issues.
yeah. And I mean, and like I said, on the phone it's so much easier than having them face to face like I did at Kohl's. But I mean, I think all of that type of environment I was in just led me to have the customer service skills that I have now. So
Absolutely. And you talked about, speaking of, an issue you had to resolve, you talked about, we'd talked previously about an issue where there were a lot of boxes just because of, cross communication wires. There was a lot of boxes that were sent to a wrong address. Can you tell us about that situation, how you resolved it?
yeah, I had a whole bunch of stuff going to an incorrect address, and there was actually no one at the incorrect address at the time. So it was a closed business. It's seasonal. Instead of going through all the emails and stuff, I made sure that I called them, because then we were able to work out with FedEx and with UPS, and we were able to gather all of the boxes and get everything rerouted to the correct location. And because I was able to do it over the phone with her, it was solved within a matter of minutes versus a whole bunch of, emails going back and forth. And I just really, really wanted to make sure that, we got it solved ASAP. And it was a lot of stuff going there. So I wanted to make sure that we got it all, and we were able, because also it was a higher end, product that doesn't come into stock very often. So it's like when stock is in, it's really hard, and we didn't want to lose anything.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Stock is so precious these days. That's for sure.
Yes.
And what is your best advice for other customer service professionals, especially in promo? It's a unique industry. What's your advice for them? What are your like best practice recommendations?
I'm just patient, and I'm just there for them. I'm literally, I try to do everything in a timely manner. So, and if I get overwhelmed, or if I need help, I'm not afraid to reach out to my team and be like, hey, I need a little bit of help today. And I really just, like I said, I treat them like my family and how I would want to be treated. So you want to be there. I want to be their number one call. So I want to make sure that I am there for them. I am getting them exactly what they need. If there is an issue, we're getting it solved within a matter of minutes, and making sure that S&S is their number one stop. So that's why I've been really trying to work with my 2 sales reps and making their accounts use us before they use anyone else. So
Love it. Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So thank you, Kate,
Yep.
for joining us today. Congratulations again. And for
Thank
more coverage
you.
of this year's finalists and winners, please head to asicentral.com/news. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.